Final round of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship, the Red Bull Lake Elsinore National. We have never raced a national here. In fact, few people have even seen this track. So I know what you want to ask. Are we saving the best for last? This final episode of the RacerX Motocross Show will answer that question. You be the judge with championships on the line in the 250 class and the WMX Series. Lots to watch here today on LI Sports coverage of the RacerX Motocross Show. Jason Weigandt here, your host as always from Lake Elsinore. We know what you want to see. Tomac, Barcia, Baggett battling it out for this 250 title. Let's get going. One of the spoilers up front early. KTM's Marvin Musquin grabs the early lead, but there's Barcia, who would take the lead from him, and Baggett had a pretty good start as well. He was soon up to third. There's Hahn, and then there's Tomac. Look at the speed that Baggett had through some of these roller sections as he closed in on Barcia, but then watch Tomac go even faster, trying to make up ground from behind. Barcia did his best to maintain the lead. He's led the most laps this year, but not enough today. Baggett would get around him. Forget all the scenarios of Baggett just trying to get a third or a fourth and maintain the points lead. He wanted to win this title from the front. Barcia got back around him momentarily. Baggett cut back underneath, and once he had the lead, it appeared to be over as he started to stretch it over Barcia. But then Tomac started quadding things, tripling things. The 17 was absolutely flying as he has been the last few laps. Here's Malcolm Stewart, a great run for him. Not such a good run here for Ken Roczen, who was down in the first turn. Not going to play a championship factor here. So, Tomac has to take matters into his own hands. He gets around his teammate Barcia. He's 6 seconds behind Baggett, and he makes up all that ground in one lap. But he charged so hard that he actually hit the red line, overheated in 100-degree plus temperatures. Tomac basically just hit the wall, riding as hard as he possibly could. Baggett stays strong down the stretch to win the Moto. That is a massive boost heading into the second race. Tomac hangs on for second, sans goggles in the heat, with Barcia in third. On to Moto 2, and the man on the number 12 only needs to finish in 12th to wrap up the title, but that's not going to stop the Honda guys from at least giving it everything they have, and it starts with Barcia grabbing yet another hole shot. And he was on fire early in this one, opened up a big gap, looked like he was unbeatable, and to try to end his 250 career with a Moto win. Not such good fortune for his teammate Tomac, who crashes early, says he knocked himself a little silly, and gets up in dead last. That's pretty much it for his title hopes. Malcolm Stewart's down, and here we find the 12 of Baggett, who started about 30th on the radar for the first time. He was 11th at the end of lap 1. Barcia's out front. Jason Anderson is second. Then it's Musquin, Alex Martin, Will Hahn, Roczen, and then Baggett, who started picking riders off in bunches. He was headed toward the front. Already had the title locked, though, because Tomac was so far back. Tomac would come all the way back to finish in 14th. Back to Baggett. He would eventually move up to the number 2 spot. From there, he had the overall wrapped up. He didn't need to go after Barcia. He had the championship on lockdown, but for whatever reason, Baggett wanted to win both motos on this day. So he dropped the hammer, and then he nearly dropped his title chances when he goes down big right past the mechanics area. He picks it back up, still charges down the stretch. Barcia's going to hold on to win the last moto of the year, but Baggett goes 1-2 to win the overall and, of course, land that much-coveted championship. What pressure. As for Barcia, he ends his season second in points due to Tomac's misfortune in Moto 2. Musquin going to join those riders on the podium. The championship, well, Blake Baggett proves he's got what it takes to get it done. On to the 450s. Ryan Dungey's got the title wrapped up. There is still a battle on the line for a third in the series. And we're going to show you the hole shot. Take a wild guess. Come on. Yes, it's Mike Alessi. Has another hole shot here. And he was definitely fast early. Started to check out. Tyler Rattray was in the number 2 position. But look at the lead. Alessi opened up early. Ryan Dungey's on the radar. He's up to third now and pressuring Rattray. He'd use an outside line to get around him for the number 2 position. But he was about 6 seconds behind Alessi, who was feeling it here in California. Another California not feeling it, Josh Grant. Podium last week, was down in the first turn, had a rough first moto. Brock Tickle, you see there, getting around Rattray. And Austin Politelli was up in the top 5 early in this one. Unfortunately, he'd have his problems and end up finishing in 29th. As Dungey began to close on Alessi, he did it right in front of the grandstands, made the pass to take over the lead, and the fans were pumped on that action. Then he started to pull away a bit from Alessi. I know you've seen it happen before, but still for Alessi, it's pretty solid moto in second. Tickle all alone in third. It was super hot and humid in this one. Shift our focus back to the Short and Weimer battle for third in the championship. They also battled for fifth on the track. Short was struggling with an infection coming into this one and eventually fade back a bit. Weimer would take that fifth place position and make up some points on the number 29. Checkered flag is out. Ryan Dungey has another moto win. That's the first ever 450 moto win here at Lake Elsinore. Alessi will finish second, Tickle in third. On to Moto 2, and we're going to save some wear and tear on our cameras by simply showing you the start of Moto 1 again. No, it's actually Moto 2, but it's the same exact thing. Alessi gets his second hole shot of the day. And Dungey's up toward the front early on. He would move up to the number 2 position and then go after the number 800. Tickle would quickly plow his way into the number 3 spot to go 3-3 in the day for the podium. Only battle left is the one for the overall. And Alessi put up quite a fight here. He and Dungey actually swapped it back and forth a few times. 3 or 4 passes later, and Dungey finally secured the position for good. And from there, you knew the Red Bull KTM man was going to check out. It was super hot and super rough out there. Everyone sort of faded a bit toward the end, except the Dunge. Unless he hangs on for second, Tickle third. Rattray is going to finish fourth again. And the only battle left, that one for third in the series. Weimer started way back in this one, would find his way in ninth. And Short, again, dealing with an illness, could only salvage 13th. That'll give Weimer third in the points by 1 point. Dungey ends the year with 10 straight overall wins. We'll see him at the Motocross of Nations and then the Monster Energy Cup. Alessi and Tickle also on the podium. Now, even closer in points than the 250 class was the WMX class coming into this one, but bad news. Jessica Patterson has a bum ankle coming into this one, and she would have a tough time even riding. Out front early, Ashley Feilich doing what she needs to do. She needs to try to win both motos and hope that Patterson struggles. She can get that championship. But how about an upstart? Chiara Fontanesi out of Italy in her first ever appearance in a WMX race gets past Feilich. They'd battle a bit. Fontanesi would get away to win the moto, but Patterson was struggling, and she would only finish in fourth, so Feilich would make up a bunch of ground. As for Fontanesi, she's going to win the moto, as you can tell because we're running the slow motion clips. Oh, no, 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 no. All right, she actually crossed the plane of the finish line with her front wheel, so she has the moto win in hand. Let's go on to moto number 2, where Fontanesi, again, finds herself moving into the number 1 position and, again, crushes the field. What a debut in the U.S. She goes 1-1. As for Patterson, the injuries, they were just too much. She fought gamely. She was not able to finish this one. And with that, Feilich is going to go 2-3 on the day to take the championship. Shout out to Mariana Balbi on the Moto Concepts bike, going 3-2 on the day for second. That's 4 WMX titles in 5 pro seasons for Feilich. It's time to go celebrate down to the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki rig with our new champ. And we are here with the man of the hour, Blake Baggett. You've won the title, and we had all these scenarios. If this guy finishes here, this guy finishes there, you're going to be champ, all that. And apparently you just want to ignore that and just figured I'll just win the race, and that'll do it.
Yeah, that did it, right?
Yeah, it did. Made our job easy math-wise. Was that the mentality? Just try to win today?
Yeah, definitely coming in was, just I think I ride best when I know I just got to go in there and win. So came in at the first moto and really just wanted to win that first one. Needed to do that to take a step in the right direction and got that done, and that got the monkey off my back a little bit. But Moto 2, man, came out of the first turn to like 30th.
Yeah.
So definitely had my work cut out for me there.
You had the title locked up. You were in second, and you were still going for it so hard that you crashed.
Yeah, no, I if you don't go 1-1, it's like 1-2. I don't know. I mean, I wanted to get that win, So I went for it and crashed. So can't say I didn't go for it because I went for it. I think my fastest lap was the very last lap of the moto.
That's crazy. Going into the day, you can just be honest with us now. Were you nervous at all? Come on.
I mean, yeah, I was nervous.
Right.
We're all human. I was nervous, and sleeping last night wasn't too good. But, I knew that, I just put it on myself that I needed to get that first win.
And as far as the track and all that, I know it's a California track, but you haven't ridden here much. So was that helpful at all?
Yeah, I raced here probably 3, maybe 5 times at the most during amateurs, and the last time I rode here, was for the pro day, and the time before that was probably 8-10 years before that. So I'm a little bit north of here, I guess.
What kind of a boost is this to have figured out how to make this happen?
I mean, it's definitely good to have, a good track at the first round and a good track at the second round, or at the very last round. Sorry. So yeah, no, I mean, I really like Hangtown, and I like this place. So just get you excited when you're heading here.
Congratulations, Blake Baggett. You're champ, by the way. I want to remind you of that. You're champ.
Thanks, Jason.
All right. Congratulations, and we'll see you folks next year on the RacerX Motocross Show. That's it.